Here are the best start and sit fantasy wide receivers for week 2 of the NFL. First up, start Malik Nabers versus the Commanders, who in week 1 gave up more fantasy points to wide receivers than any other team in the league. They somehow might have a worse defense than the Panthers. Next up, sit George Pickens versus the Broncos. Pat Surtain absolutely clamped up DK Metcalf, and now he's going to do the exact same to Pickens, who already has bad quarterback play. And then you're going to start both of the Buccaneers wide receivers versus the Lions. Last year, the Lions gave up the 3rd most fantasy points, and this year they started off giving up the 2nd most. Next, sit Drake London versus the Eagles. The Eagles secondary isn't the best, but Kirk Cousins is completely washed and is going to get eaten alive by this Eagles defensive line. Finally, start DJ Moore on Sunday Night Football versus the Texans. Houston gave up the 5th most points in week 1, and for Caleb Williams' first ever primetime game, Underdog Fantasy has his line at just 1 yard, and when you join Underdog with code J, you'll get up to $1,000 to play with. Don't miss out. Then finally, the final sit is Jaden Reed, who I love, but